Hey folks, welcome to TMI, 10-minute issues. I'm here in South Andres. I'm not in 𝐓𝐿𝐵 tonight, but 𝐓𝐿𝐵 has been calling my name. I did not intend to do an episode today, but 𝐾𝐤𝐿𝐵 made me do it. 𝐾𝐤𝐿𝐵 made me do it. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. But before I get into 𝐾𝐤𝐿𝐵, let me tell you, I got a message. I think this is from 𝐵 Holdings today, and they said to me that the public is hereby advised that 𝐵 Holdings Limited is proposing to carry out a project on South 𝐓𝐿𝐵. The public is invited to participate in a public consultation meeting to be held on September 12, 2023 at 6 p.m. by the project proponent to hear and discuss matters relating to this proposed project that they plan for 𝐓𝐿𝐵. This meeting will be held at the 𝐓𝐿𝐵 Business Hub in Rock Sound. I believe that's right on the side of the market. And they also have a meeting ID, which is 292-126-946-944. That's on Microsoft Teams. And the password is capital E, small k, capital G, capital K, small b, and 9. All right, so participate in that. We need as much investors in our community as possible, and we encourage them to get this work started to bring more jobs down to South 𝐓𝐿𝐵. I'm on South Andres, and I was just telling somebody yesterday that I'm very concerned because the roadsides are awful down here. It is a total disaster. It is as if the work has stopped. Nobody has been doing anything. I don't know where local government is, but they need to do something with these roadsides and these communities. It looks really bad that school is starting and these roadsides look like this in South Andres. We need to do better. Anyhow, 𝐾𝐤𝐿𝐵 reached out to me today. Well, it started with them sending 𝐴𝐿𝐴 Anderson to my residence. Now, let me tell you, 𝐴𝐿𝐴 was the person I worked with when I worked at 𝐾𝐤𝐿𝐵 for a day. And by the time she was finished lying on me, the day didn't finish yet before I lost my job at 𝐾𝐤𝐿𝐵. 𝐴𝐿𝐴 knows about that. I'm surprised she was bold enough to come in 𝐾𝐤𝐿𝐵 bus at my yard door, but she come to serve me letter. Well, good for her. I did call them and ask them for the letter. But let me tell you what they had to say. And I'm not reading the entire letter. I'm just reading the portion that is relevant, because they talked about all the things that I mentioned that was in the letter that Stacey Gibson had sent. And you've heard that, and if you have not heard it, go to my TikTok or check my Facebook page. There's an episode that reads the entire letter, where I read the entire letter from Stacey Gibson. And I mentioned some stuff that was mentioned by Khadijah Sands. And of course, I mentioned another name, Neil Thompson. And there are others, Pamela, Alexis, and others who were former employees of 𝐾𝐤𝐿𝐵. Yeah, so I am a part of that rank. I was a former employee of 𝐾𝐤𝐿𝐵, but under different circumstances and under another manager. So this is what they said to me. And I'm only reading a portion of it. The company and its owners are long-standing investors in the Bahamian economy and have established reputation both locally and abroad. As such, the defamatory comments which you have posted, referring to me, published and otherwise made available to the general public on social media platforms have caused and have the potential to cause profound damage to the company and its owners' reputations, their personal interests, their legitimate business interests, and their public interests. And I want to address that first before I mention the other part. Those managers that the owners them brought here who are doing foolishness, Cat and Justin, I say Cat and Rat, dear Lord. They are the people who are doing damage to the reputation of 𝐾𝐤𝐿𝐵. They need to go. Pack them up and send them home. The boat y'all take them off, put them back on with all their luggage and tell them go back to where they come from, because they're doing damage to our people and mistreating our people at that site. Now, yes, they said in their letter that the Department of Labor was there, and they said that the Department of Labor talked to the employees and blah, 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 but the employees ain't going to talk to the Department of Labor with them there still being intimidated. They are afraid. They will not speak up. They talk among themselves, and they talk to other persons, and the persons relate to me what's going on, but they're not going to speak up. So come on, don't try to mess with me with that. I know how that works. Been there, done that. Do better. But they made some demands in their communication. Yes, they made some demands. I'm going to tell you what they say. They said, let me see if we can find it now. Hold on. They say, having regard to the foregoing, I am instructed, this is the lawyer now, say, I am instructed to hereby demand on behalf of my client that you immediately cease and desist the unlawful defamation of the character and reputation of the clients. Oh, no, there's no defamation. Your ex-employees are telling these stories, and some of your current employees are talking the stories. They're just afraid to speak up publicly, but they are talking the stories. You know, defamation. They are saying what's actually happening. As a matter of fact, if the owners don't know, some of the employees actually have video of what the managers, the current managers, were doing to them and dealing with stuff that was due to them. So please, and y'all say y'all coming to sue me, please come. I ain't got nothing. I broke. I got one disabled daughter and one son and 2 other sons. You know what them? Because I ain't got nothing. What you coming for? Well, come. You send me to jail, when I come out, I can be worse than I was now. Whatever you decide, bring it on. But I will not sit idly by as you mistreat my people. Anyway, let me finish with what they say. Let me tell you what they said. My son is trying to mess with me. They said, immediately cease and desist in the unlawful defamation. Then they said, provide a written assurance within 7 days of the date hereof that you shall cease and desist from any further defamation. Here is my written assurance. Go to hell. Because what y'all doing to the people is bad. Pack your bags and go home. That's my written assurance. You want it more written than that? All right. Issue a full apology which should include in unequivocal terms that each and every allegation made in relation to my client are false. Please, let your former employees tell you that, because they're the ones saying it. Let them say they false. And they ain't saying they false. All of them saying they true. As a matter of fact, 𝐾𝐠 was just online today after I mentioned how you sent me this letter. And 𝐾𝐠 had some things to say. Let me tell you what 𝐾𝐠 said, because she didn't back down. She ain't bite her words. She said, defamation where? Speak to the employees and past employees then. You said what you said. They don't know how to speak to people. She talking about the managers now. The work environment is toxic and they love to micromanage and always threaten that they watch and listen to cameras all the time. The only thing Mr. DeVos can do to save his resort is to get those people from around here. And she's referring to Cat and Justin. I said what I said. It is a pain in the ass to work at that resort. No one has problems complying with rules, but when the managers don't have no respect for staff, don't know how to speak to their staff, it is a serious thing. Always talk with a high tone and speaking aggressively. As a past employee who was provoked to walk off the job, I am ready to tell my story. This is 𝐾𝐠. Also, as an employee of a previous job before Kate, I worked for 6 years, consecutive years, and I never had this problem. All right, then. So, but they coming at me. No. Y'all gonna need to get it together. Listen to me. Get it together. Y'all been doing some things and people are not pleased. And y'all, well, as it relates to Cat and Rat, I'm speaking to the owners. I'm not talking to Cat and Rat. I'm talking to the owners. For Jesus' sake, get them out of here. You've had managers at 𝐾𝐠 and you've never had these complaints. You've never had these issues. You've never had these concerns raised. You've had long-standing employees who just up and quit. That should tell you something. I don't care if you get 6 lawyers, 7 lawyers, 8 lawyers, bring them all. Because I ain't got no money for you to take. I don't work for you. I used to work for you. You still owe me $90. I don't want the money. When y'all came with the letter the first time, I run y'all. That girl had some brass and some gold come in my yard. And she know what she did. And y'all coming here, I'm trying to intimidate me with lawyer. Child lawyer, don't move me. Jesus just moved me. And money. The Bible says money is necessary for all things. I ain't got nothing to sue for. But if you want to sue me for something, come a couple dollars. Come put some money in my hand and then sue me for it. But get it together, 𝐾𝐠. You're out of order. You send a lawyer to me? You got to be out your mind. And some white people too? Who the government say, them people take $9 million from the food program? I know if that's MCM said. I think that's MCM said. But you know what? Anyway, I gotta go. But I standing up for the people down. If you have any concerns that you want to raise with me, that you want me to speak of, call me at 473-8566. Until then, until next time, stay awesome.